Alex,
Yes.
you can hear us loud and clear.
I got you guys loud and clear. What a night. Can you believe Donald Trump is going to win this election? I mean, I'm in DC right now and I've been at the Kamala Harris rally. These people were jumping for joy. They were like a pig in poop. They were so excited. And now they're just dejected like their team lost the Super Bowl and it feels like I won the Super Bowl. I just can't believe this happened. I doubted it. I thought a 0% chance they're going to let Trump win and I was wrong.
So Alex, with the possible exception of being stuck in a lift with AOC overnight, is this the best possible political outcome?
Well, it is for my gas tank and for my wallet, yeah, because now I can actually afford to fill it up. I mean, well, listen, I'm not gonna lie, I'm financially okay, but most people can't afford to fill up their gas tank, and so it's little stuff like that that's going to change immediately as soon as he gets into office. It's going to make our quality of life here in America much better. So I don't know. Maybe they let him win and then they assassinate him now, and that would demoralize us 100 times worse than if they would have done it while he was on the campaign trail. So I'm not saying that's going to happen, but if that did happen it would hit a lot harder than if it did, if it happened 3 months ago before we won this election.
I spoke about this earlier, actually, about the assassination attempts and how, is there a worry? Is there still that concern, considering Trump's now president, whether or not, there is that obviously massive safety concern for his life, and whether or not everyone else shares that same concern still? Because for me, we were speaking about it earlier, but I still have that major concern for, his...
I think it's an economic assassination. They pull some levers in the background. They do a Liz Truss on him, and that's my concern rather than the
another assassination.
bullet to the brain.
At least his Secret Service detail will be upped, I would have thought.
Yeah.
At the very least, that.
Yeah.
But the Liz Truss one's not happening due to the Trump trade that we were talking about earlier on.
Yeah, I mean he's still too much debt. He needs to get on top of that. So Alex, what's going on with your hat? Are you undercover at the moment or something?
Yeah, I was embedded at the Harris rally all night tonight, so that's why I'm wearing this stupid. But it's been good luck. We won this election, so I'm not going to take it off right now. But yeah, I was at the actual rally wearing this hat and getting all these compliments. And I said this earlier. All the black people there were pretty chill, really nice. But all the white people were like transsexual freaks. It was very weird because I'm not kidding. Like Howard University, there was all kinds of, good looking, sharp African Americans, hip people. But every time I saw a white person, they either had a mask on, they had purple hair, or they were like a transgender lizard. I mean, it was just very weird. I was kind of embarrassed for my own race that I didn't see one cool white guy there. But I saw thousands of cool black people.
I have a question about the general mood there. Because one of the other things that a lot of people have said is going to happen, and I don't think is going to happen, is that the left are now going to go crazy and go rioty. My sense is that they're just not in the mood for that. They're just kind of given up, and their energy's flat. But what is your sense on the ground there? Do you think these people that you saw are going to be out on the streets burning down buildings tomorrow because Trump is the president, or have they just accepted defeat at this point?
That's a very astute observation, but it's not really necessarily the election of why the normal protesters that we're used to have slowed down. It's because this let me say it right, the protest industrial complex has been hijacked by the pro-Palestinian movement. So there was pro-Palestinian people all over. So all the old Antifa that were anti-Trump, now they've become what they say is anti-genocide and Kamala. So they've all been kind of redirected, so they don't really hate Donald Trump as much anymore because Antifa has been hijacked by the pro-Palestinian protesters. So I'm actually agree with you 100%. I don't think there's going to still be some protests, but like they say on the media that they have to board up all the windows and they're going to be busted. That's not going to happen. It's just going to be a lot of pro-Palestinian protests happening in the future, and they're probably going to get a little more accelerated with what they do. But yeah, the normal days of Antifa, it's just not the same that it was in 2020 and during the pandemic. They've died out a lot and totally been hijacked.
But also, presumably, Antifa are a reflection of being highly mentally unstable. And the pandemic would have elevated mental instability and anxiety in people that are crazy. Normal people that are crazy, when they're highly anxious, they start believing in God or whatever, and they calm down. If you're a mutant, That doesn't happen. That doesn't hit in. So you just get more and more and more crazy. And then you have to project your own feelings of inadequacy onto other people and try and control them and stuff like that. And feel and get narcissistic supply and all this. And that's what happened. But now we're not in a pandemic. And so they're probably less mentally unstable than they were in 2020. So they're just sort of everyday mentally unstable rather than going up to diners and demanding they raise the fist to symbolically condemn their own heritage, race, ancestors, and achievements.
That
So,
is very interesting, though, isn't it? That sort of the Gaza thing, Islamism, is more powerful than TDS.
Yeah,
That's
right now it
interesting.
is. Right now it is. And I think that's why like I said, I thought the deep state was never going to let Trump win, but I think that's what cost her. Jill Stein speaking out about it. It cost her a lot of votes. I think she got 500,000 votes. Kamala could have used all of those votes that she got.
also, I don't think we should forget that he was endorsed by the Hulkster.
Yeah, that's it. The Hulk Hogan is what did it. Dude.
I think that was, for me, that was when I knew that the sands were shifting. That the Hulkster, greatest American in history,
Fact.
was endorsing Trump. Then and also Dr. Phil McGraw.
Yeah. Sorry, Ed. I do think it's worth remarking on, though. There have been some unusual things tonight where they basically announced in advance it's going to take a few days for certain results to come in.
Yeah, and that just disappeared.
And they just were like, yeah, no, Trump's won Pennsylvania,
Yeah.
which surprised even me. I mean, I thought there'd be a little bit more drawn out. We've got a clean result.
Yeah.
It's not even 6
Yeah.
o'clock. I mean,
Well,
we were expecting to.
Yeah.
At the start of the night, we came on and said, oh, well, nothing much is going to happen, but by the time we'll have some sense.
Yeah, all we
Basically
thought
been
was
a clean win.
which makes 2020 look like even more of an anomaly, because every US election since the first one, you knew on the night. And we thought that things had just changed in 2020, and now it was going to be this thing where it takes weeks. And no, it was just 2020.
They'll use COVID. They'll use COVID. The left will, by the way.
I think they were. I
explain.
think they were hedging their bets this time. They were playing a psychological game at the start, so they were trying to say, no, everyone's lining up. Yeah, pre-game, people are voting in. Yeah, look really, really good for Kamala. So to try to demoralise people into not turning up, to actually, turn up in person to vote. And so they were hedging their bets. Then they started to say, no, it'll be a while, till we get some results in, blah, blah, blah. And then they were going to see. That's what I reckon. They were going to see how many people did actually turn up.
The
So they're playing
Donald
psychological game
too
first.
strong.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So too many people turned up on
And
the
don't
day.
forget the squirrel as well that turned the
The
tide.
squirrel was probably worth 2 points.
Yeah,
just plain
peanut.
so.
And Fred.
While we still have the
Yeah,
guests
Fred.
here,
Yeah, we always overlook Fred.
I think it's worth asking this question to our guests here.
Yep.
Do we think, because I think one of the stories that people haven't talked about enough for this election is that Trump ran a very modern campaign. Like, he went on Joe Rogan, the 3-hour podcast, some of the stunts he did. It was a very modern campaign. Kamala ran a very antiquated campaign. It felt like a throwback to 2008. She literally had Beyonce, a star of the 2000s, come out, like the celebrity endorsement, the Taylor Swift Instagram and all of that.
Wheel out Oprah.
And I guess my question is, has Trump now, or has this election, do we think it's going to change the way elections
She ran an Obama campaign, and he ran something. So Alex, your normie friends and relatives, did that have cut through with them?
Yeah, but guys, I don't know if you saw this. I had a video. It got like 10 million views on Twitter where I went to the Kamala rally, and this was in Houston, Texas, where Beyonce went up there and spoke for 3 minutes and walked off stage. And let me tell you something. I had to stand in line to get in there. I saw so many single mothers with their little daughter, so excited. They were under the impression, we're going to get a Beyonce Knowles concert. I can't afford to go to Beyonce. She just had a Revolution tour and the tickets are $600. I'm so excited. I get to go to this free event and see Beyonce. And when Beyonce walked out of there, right off stage, there was an immediate exit. I mean, just everybody just headed right to the exit. And I don't know how much that affected this election, but it demoralized them. Like, that shows you how lazy this campaign is. If Beyonce would have done one song, and I know it sounds so stupid, but if she just would have done one song, she would have made 30,000 people so happy inside the stadium. But she couldn't do it. She couldn't even sing one song. So that shows you that she's not really dedicated to Kamala. And it really let down a lot of people in Houston, Texas. Like, I've never seen that many upset children in my entire life, and that's how they ran their campaign, half-ass.
Okay, speaking of upset children, we've got on our screen at the moment, we're just waiting for Trump to come out and talk, so we might have to cut back to him in the moment, but there is one upset child that I do want to just quickly talk about. Can we go to the tweet that I posted in Studio One? This is a clip from the Young Turks, and I just think it's worth playing a little bit of this because it's fun. Right, so let's blow that up and play it from about the 2:10 mark, I reckon.
Oh, they keep telling you how smart they are and how they're going to deliver you victories. And all they ever do is deliver loss after loss after loss. So Democratic voters, snap out of it. These guys are obvious liars. Fire them all. Fire them all. And if you don't, okay, then keep losing to buffoons, to obvious con men like Donald Trump. Keep losing and losing and losing and never figuring it out. Here, I solved it for you. I figured it out. It's a goddamn corruption. All the stupid donor money, all it's ever done is lead to more losses. So if you don't fire them, you have no one to blame but yourself.
His heart is going to pop.
Yeah.
If he's not careful.
He's actually, do you remember the fight with Alex Jones all those years ago? He's become the left-wing Alex Jones, doesn't he? It's amazing.
Yeah.
He's not having a good night.
Amazing.
There are dozens of clips. The white guys for, what was it? White guys for Kamala or something.
White guys for Harris, yeah.
What? Yeah, they are freaking out. Have you seen much of that, Alex? Have you seen the white guys for Harris? Are they losing their shit?
Yeah, they're pissed. Their wife's boyfriend is pissed. I mean, everybody. We went to a bar. We went to a bar after the event to try to see if there was anybody there. I mean, it was empty. There was like 6 people in there. We're like, "Where's everybody?" They go, "Well, we left." I mean, everybody left. We're done. So yeah, no, everybody's sad. The white people are sad. In the DC, in 2020, it was 93% they voted for Biden. So everybody in DC is a liberal freak. So this whole city, it feels like it feels like there's been a death or something. You know, it feels like Kamala Harris's campaign was aborted just live, and everybody in the city watched it because the energy. Even the homeless people. Homeless guy came up to me. He's like, what's the latest? I go, it's looking like Trump. He looks sad. I'm saying the homeless people are sad that Trump won. It's insane.
It's Trumpomania, brother.
Yeah.
Can't be bested.
At least they got the abortion that they were.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
That's true.
Well,
I thought abortion was going to put Kamala Harris on top because, like I said, that rally that I was just at, every single messaging that you saw or read, it was reproductive rights, abortion. Donald Trump wants to own your uterus, and that narrative was working with people. And there was the early voting was 53% women. So I was like, oh, these women, they really care about killing their babies. Well, I was wrong. They don't care about it that much. And Donald Trump is the 47th president.
The polls did say that abortion was the 7th issue, and economy and immigration were the 1 and 2. So I always thought the abortion car was weak. It was a weak issue to lead.
that was always hyperbole, wasn't it? But at the end of the day, you want a job.
If you would like to watch the full uncut version that is also uncensored, head on over to lotuseaters.com to find out more.